Some of you have asked, why all the fuss about Araminta Harriet Tubman? After all, that she's going to be on the $20 bill is old news. So Bob Wekesa, why you keep telling this story? And why all the fuss? Some people have wondered whether or not I'm obsessed with her being put on the $20 bill. I don't like that, and I'm obsessed with that. Some people have queried whether or not I just like to tell stories, and that's the only story I know. Well, I'm here today to set the record straight. Okay. It is true that I like to tell stories. It's also true that this is about Araminta Harriet Tubman. It's also true that I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with our future as a people. I'm obsessed with healing and facilitating our healing the psychic wounds born of oppression. That's what I'm obsessed with. It's also true that I don't like that she, Araminta, is sharing the space, one side of the bill, with a sworn enemy of our people, President Andrew Jackson. Don't like that at all. What I most am obsessed with is making sure that Andrew Jackson's descendants and his cousins don't choke the life out of Araminta, don't choke the instigator out of Araminta, don't choke the warrior out of Araminta, the builder out of Araminta, the healer out of Araminta. That's what I'm obsessed with, making sure that they don't choke that out of her. Because right now, that's what we need. We need Araminta, the instigator, the warrior, the healer, the builder, to come back through us. That's what I'm obsessed with. Now, about liking stories, I sure do like stories. I love stories about the past. I love stories about today. I love stories about tomorrow. As long as those stories help me heal, as long as those stories help me build, as long as those stories help me counter. They can be told through jokes, because you got to laugh sometimes. They can be told through proverbs, through songs, regardless of the genre. Doesn't matter how they come. What matters is that they come. Part of the problem is right now we have actually surrendered our stories. We've surrendered them to CNN and ABC and NBC and TNT and Disney and Netflix and Sony. They make the stories. Even the stories about us, they make. And we're so happy, so enamored, so affirmed that they are making our stories. They've learned the power of story. They've learned what our ancestors knew. See, the gray-haired ones also know. The grandparents, they've seen stories work so that a family is torn up because somebody told somebody the wrong story. On the other side, they've seen people in our families overcome tremendous obstacles because they were told the right story at the right time in the right way. You see, if we want change, then we got to change our stories. And we have to change how we tell our stories. How do we tell our stories from the inside out? I love stories because stories precede the revolution. So if we want real change, we got to change our stories. And we have to tell our stories in the right way. That's why I love stories. And that's why we're having this presentation at the Auburn Avenue Research Library on October 31st, and in Tallahassee, Florida on November 3rd. This Araminta warrior healer builder story. Because I'm obsessed with helping to free our people of our psychological bondage. And maybe this Araminta story that of her freeing us from bondage, maybe, just maybe, it can help free us of the psychological bondage. Maybe, if that is inspired in us, if in fact this story helps to free us, maybe we will do what Araminta did. Maybe we will go back and fetch our family and fetch our people. And maybe our children will one day tell a story of our courage, a story of our freedom, a story of our power, a story of our success. I'll see you for the Araminta warrior, healer, and builder story.